But that's what all things, bro. The mentality, because just look at the things, especially with me and you can relate. What we went through. We got people that's just like us. I'm talking about was identical. They street behavior, and then in prison behavior. But they still not able to get where we at today. You know why?
Right.
Because they mentality, bro.
Right.
so
right.
I say that to say everything is always mentality. They don't know how to. In life we evolve, right? And that moment for them, they morphed up. That was a moment where they evolved. They tapped in that one moment speech that Danny gave them.
Right.
That's something that's all you need, bro.
Right. Here we have Giane Lollar, and the movie that he says best relates to his life, at least one of the movies, is Little Giants. So for the world that don't know, why does this movie relate to your life?
So Little Giants is a profound movie to me because back in my days, right, I kind of struggled with a lot of the things that them kids struggle with, right? That's the insecurity, you know, and watching that movie in the past and even watching it today, right, it still give me inspiration, you know, because for some reason I still have an underdog mentality. It never changed, I believe, right? Probably because, you know, the household I was raised in, the community I was brought up in, you know, I think it kind of like it's automatic, you know, for me at least. But that movie right there, man, touched me, man. In times when struggling, when I used to compare myself to other athletes or other people in the world, it helped me tell myself that I was good enough, you know. Long as I believed and gave my all, that I can be, you know, the next best athlete or whatever it is that I put my mind to. And that movie helped me in my younger years. Like if you go watch the movie, the dude Danny, right, he was overshadowed by his big brother. His big brother was the top athlete in the country. They even named the town behind him because he was that good. But his little brother was good too. He just was overshadowed by his big brother.
Right.
And Danny I can relate to because he was competitive. He wanted to play. He just was overshadowed, you feel me? And that was kind of like me in the past. I was overshadowed by other better athletes, you feel me? It was other people in my community that was, you know, stood out more than me. And watching that movie, it gave me the inspiration, like, bro, even though I'm not the best, just go out there and give it your all and keep playing. And ultimately, that helped me years down the line. Even today, that Little Giant come out of me, you feel me?
Right.
So, yeah, it's a relatable movie. I kind of recommend it for children, but it also, if you open to, you know, certain moments in there, they pull on your heartstring, bro, and it's good motivation, good inspiration up in there.
Definitely.
Right.
And for all of y'all that don't know the movie Little Giants, because it came out back 94, 95.
Correct.
And to sum it up, it's a movie about an odd bunch of kids who was never picked on a football team, who band together to go against the #1 draft pick of the town in a playoff game in order to be the team that represents the town overall. And at the end, they came out on top. So you spoke about the underdog story, the underlying theme of it. Can you get more in details of how does that theme related to your childhood?
So in more detail, like I grew up playing sports. I'm big competitive. I'm fatally fit. I'm a personal trainer. It says it all. I'm big into sports, fitness, and all that. And growing up, I always been tall, bro. I always been like the tallest in the group, but I wasn't the best. You know, I should have been like everybody. Like, oh, you supposed to be doing dunking, you supposed to be doing this, but that just wasn't me at them ages. You feel me? I had people in my circles way smaller, way better. You feel me? So that's how it relates to me, because I was that little odd person. You feel me? That was there, just wasn't picked all the time. I wasn't the favorite.
Right.
And you know, I can relate to with a lot of them kids. Like every little kid, they was stepping up, being courageous. You feel me? Even though they wasn't the best, but they still put themselves out there.
Right.
So I relate on that level. Like I grew up playing football, basketball. I got a road dog, one of my good friends. He 5'9", better than me in every sport. True story. You feel me? But I'm with him every day.
Right.
I got to be with this dude every day. He's dope. Everybody know Terry. But this my boy. Not like. But in my mind, I'm like, damn, I ain't as good as him. But I never gave up. I never quit. You feel me? And to this day, I'm dope. You feel me? So I can relate that way, and in many other ways, bro. The movie's so inspirational. It's just about believing and trying, and no matter what cards you dealt, bro, give it your all, bro. You know, use the people around you, and don't give up, bro. You may not be the best at the moment, but with work and development, you can become better.
Right. And let's talk about let's broaden that a little bit more on a societal aspect. What ways made you an underdog in society? How did you grow up?
Oh, so all right. I was an underdog off the dribble, just being born in Compton, California, right?
Right.
That's if you know statistics. The statistics say I wasn't supposed to be here today having this conversation with you. You know, especially coming from what I've came from. I overcame 3 life sentences, 75 years, and that alone right there.
At what age?
I caught my time at I committed the crime at 17 years old.
All right.
I ended up doing 17 years off that, but that's why I'm an underdog, because I grew up in a society where at the time my mindset was, you know, cause harm, gang bang, you know, corruption, all these different things coming up in the gang culture. And that I adopted a lot of their traditions, a lot of their mannerisms, the culture, and that's what I was exhibiting. My whole life up until like early 30s, really, that's all I performed was, you know, corruption, dysfunction, stuff like that. So that's the underdog right there, just the hand I was dealt. Not to blame nothing. I don't blame nobody for who I am and the things I've been through. I made a choice through everything I've done. However, growing up in them societies, in them communities, it's kind of hard to break the cycle when that's all you see every day, bro. So that's where my underdog mentality come from, because both of my parents, they both members, you feel me? Not to say that they don't love me, they didn't do their best, but that's all they knew, you feel me? So it was passed down to me. So I had to, you know, take that on. But today, that's not me who I am, you feel me?
Right.
So that the underdog mentality, it still stick to me. I'm still an underdog, but I know I've overcome so much that I'm a little giant, you feel me?
Right.
In my head, every time, like whether it's public speaking or sports or whatever, if I'm that little, in my head, I'm the little giant, you feel me?
So, and then when we talk about, I want to broaden the term game or sport, you know. So when I get to tossing out the word game, right now I'm talking about the structure of life itself, you know, and its own politics and rules and regulations and things of that nature. So let's play and tie this in. The mentality it took these kids to win their game. What do you extract from that? What do you hold on to that allows you to get through this game of life that you're playing right now?
So, for me, that's simple, bro. I never give up.
All right.
That's the number one rule for me. Once I commit to it and say this is what I'm doing, and it goes back, let's go back to gangbanging. When I was full-fledged in the streets, I committed to gangbanging.
Right.
Full-fledged. Every letter of gangbanging, that's what I'd exhibit.
Right.
So the mentality always comes with my commitment. You feel me? Once I commit with something, I don't give up. I just don't know how to quit. It's like I'm gonna see this into the dirt, right? But more so on a healthier, positive way this time. Like for instance, I got out of prison. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do personal training. I exercised for 17 years in prison. And I know how to do it well. It's like I can monetize that, bro. There's people out here that need this. So that's what I chose to do coming out of prison. And that's what I'm doing. So now people are like, oh, you going to win, you going to quit. I'm never going to give up, bro. This is who I am. This is my new identity. Y'all know Fatal from over there, right? Because it's Fatally Fit now. Now, welcome to that. Right. You feel me? That's what I'm on. Because it's the mentality, never giving up, never quitting, just keep going. Because at the end of the day, bro, we got to live for something. You feel me? I lived for the gangbanging my first 17 years. This next 17, guess what? I'm living for my daughter, nigga, my wife, nigga, Fairly Fit family. That's it. That's when I'm building my brand and taking care of my family, bro. And it's the never quit mentality. I think that's just to sum it up to answer your question.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we also talk about, when I watch the movie, like we talk about this already, about how all it takes is that one. Whether it's that one video, this right here that goes viral, whether it's that one connection you make with somebody that can put you in a better position, all it takes is one. So we see that during halftime when Little Giants was getting whooped on, and they was damn near about to just give it up, you know, like, but then Coach, what was it, Dan, he got them to remember that one time in their life where they won one thing.
Right.
Even though they lost everything else, they remember one time they defeated this person, or they did something brave, or they accomplished this. Boom. And it was in that shared victory of that one moment that inspired hope in all of them.
Right.
You know, and pushed them all the way through. And that right there goes to show that the game is played from the neck up. It's a mindset, because they physical disadvantage didn't change.
It's still there. It still exists.
But yet the mind frame changed, which kicked them into a different gear.
For sure. I agree.
So with that right there, like, what does that make you think about? Because I see your thoughts spinning.
So I like how you put it from the neck up, because that's life, bro. 90%. It may be more than 90, but I'm gonna just leave it at the common cliche: 90% mental, 10% whatever else you want to make up, physical, whatever else elements you want to throw in there. But that's what all things, bro. The mentality, because just look at the thing, especially with me and you can relate. What we went through. We got people that's just like us. I'm talking about was identical. They street behavior, and then in prison behavior. But they still not able to get where we at today. You know why?
Right.
Because they mentality, bro.
Right.
So I said that to say everything is always mentality. They don't know how to. In life we evolve, right? And that moment for them, they morphed up. That was a moment where they evolved. They tapped in. That one moment speech that Danny gave them.
Right.
Sometimes that's all you need, bro. One person to come in the room and change the dynamics, the energy, and then they all like, oh man, we gonna do it. They thought about, like you said, that one moment. And that's all it really takes. Like, damn. If I can do it that one time, I can do it any other time. And that makes you go out there and put your best. Because you think about that time you did succeed, that time you did win, that time did you achieve that goal. And you go out there like, all right, you know what? Especially when it's a collective. That's what's one thing about this movie that I'm going to speak of. It's a circle, baby. You see, football and sports, this is why I chose this movie too, because I'm big on sports. And sports taught me as a child the different elements of teamwork, accountability, you know, all these, it's in there in sports, right? You have a role, and you don't want to let your partner down, so you're going to go out there and give your best. And that movie, whether people know it or not, everybody tapped in and they're like, damn, my partner is relying on me. So they all went out there and played their position. And that's one thing about right here, like this is a circle we got. Y'all don't see the behind the scenes and that, but we got a team, baby, and it works. And that's another thing I want to express about the movie. You got to use the parts, the pieces around you. You can never get it done by yourself. It's always a team effort. So, you know, sometimes get out your comfort zone, get out your stubbornness and your ego and rely on your brother. Sometimes they there to help, bro. So that's another thing I want to drop, about the movie.
Right. And I want to piggyback that word sport too, because in a lot of situations, sport is also associated with character. Don't be a poor sport. Be a good sport. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So within this sport, sticking to the movie right now, this was all about being a team that represented the town. But it was deeper than the sport. You know what I'm saying? It was all about what type of character are we bringing that we want to reflect as a town, as a whole.
Right.
So going back to the real world, in this sport, what are the types of characteristics that you exude now that you didn't in the past, that you feel like should be the representation of the city that you represent? I know you mentioned accountability, but add to that.
That's a deep question, because I could, off the top, I can throw something out there and build on that, right? But that's a question give me a moment to think about that, because in sports, right, there's a lot of components, bro, for it to work, right? And if I was to say one thing, I would have to, because I love sports, I would want to get it right. But there's no wrong answer, so I'm just going to go with... So if I was to say just be selfless, bro, off the dribble, because sports there's no I in sports. It's a team effort. You can never win by yourself, you feel me? In sports, that's the grand scheme of sports. You can't win by yourself. And then on the big scheme of the world, you don't make it to the top by yourself. You need back to the team, the collective, you feel me? Fellowship. All these things are important, you feel me? Because that way you can delegate certain roles to other people that's a little bit better than you, have better expertise in it. And that way it worked. And that's why I like the movie again, because growing up, I had the team. When I was talking about Terry earlier, we had a team. He was the best in sports, and I did some other things better. But that was the team, you feel me? But I didn't know that then. At that time, I was caught up in my feelings and not being the best. But as I thought later on and reflected, it's like we had a team then, and it worked, for whatever reason, even though it was in a destructive and a, dysfunctional way. But that team worked. So the whole thing is about, using the elements around you, giving your all, and not giving up. You feel me? And that's really what it is.
Definitely. And circling the back around to the mentality, because y'all notice everything we're talking about, we never once talked about how hard a kid hit, a tackle, a pass, none of that. Is mindset.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? When you in this game.
For sure.
It's a mindset when you playing these sports out here in every facet of life.
For sure.
You know, so going back to the game being played from the neck up, it's like you can lose the game even before you get in it, based on your thought process. You can win the game even before you in it,
For sure.
because of your thought process. And as we just spoke about during a halftime, you can change the trajectory of the game just based on the shift in your perspective. It's a mindset.
For sure.
So any given time that you have to improve your mindset, you should do so. That should be of the utmost priority. And at what point in your life did you even start caring about improving your mindset?
So I think it's crazy because I think from the beginning I've been improving from this movie. It's been helping me. That's how inspirational it is, because every time I came upon a challenge or something that was designed to you know, defeat me, that mindset kicked in. And I think over time, after repetition, time and time again, facing stuff, seeing you can't be broken, that mindset, your callousness, you get stronger, it builds, and then now you know that it's like, bro, only thing stopping me is me. That's the mindset right now.
But when did that statement click in though? At what age and what prison was you at?
Bro, I'm telling you. So it's a build. It's a combination of it. Like to say what prison and where exactly. Because I swear I always been I play sports. I always conquered, challenge. Everything that I did was I wanted to challenge myself and see if I can do it. That's always been my mindset.
But not always in a good way.
Period. Unhealthy and healthy. That's how you put it. I like that. That period, point blank. I always been up for challenges, bro. Some in my early years, the unhealthy ones. Now I'm doing all healthy challenges.
So when did you realize not all challenges are meant to be taken up?
Now that was the question. Now I can. All right. So I think back in, like, I was on the 4-yard somewhere. I think I was sitting. In probably like a hole or a shoe somewhere, bro. And I was sitting kicking myself in the ass, bro. Like, bro, I can't keep doing this. I can't be the one. I can't, bro, because it started to hurt after a while, bro. Running into the wall eventually, bro, you're going to sit down before the wall sit down type.
Right.
And I think one of them devastating moments, because that's when change happened normally. I believe when something tragic happened, it's something bad that you don't want to experience. And it was one of them moments I'm like, bro, I'm not going to keep just going out there doing that like that. And that was the unhealthy challenges, meaning putting my hand up, saying I'm going to do this, or, doing anything that I knew that wasn't going to allow me to get back to my family. You feel me?
Right.
So then once I started, I'm like, bro, I'm not finna be the crash dummy. I'm not finna be the dude that raised his hand for this. I'm gonna sit back and I start using my mind then. Now I start, and this may sound crazy, I start manipulating the situation.
Right.
Because I've done enough in the past to where my track record speaks for itself. I don't really have to. I was just up to every challenge, unhealthy and all, and that's what constantly kept me in that cycle of this destruction. But I was one of them times sitting somewhere back in an unpleasant moment, doing something facing somebody I didn't want to face. One of them moments, I believe that's when it kicked in. I can't say exactly what prison, where it's at, but that's where a lot of my moments happened, bro. When I was experiencing something that was traumatic, something that hurt, that was painful. You feel me? Whether I did it to myself or not.
That rock bottom moment.
That rock bottom, exactly.
Yeah.
That's when change happened, bro. You got to hit rock bottom to change a lot of times. Some sudden tragic, something has to happen for you to have that aha moment and that epiphany, like, you know what? I need to do something different. And it was in prison, doing all that hard time. I'm like, you know what? I need to make it to my family. Keep doing this. Ain't going to give me nothing but constantly in the hole, in the shoe, packages, store taking, all that stuff. After a while, it get played out, bro.
Right.
After a while, it get played out.
Right. And what do you say to those who believe that it's easy to do that in prison? Because you're in prison, you just don't want to be there no more. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that prison violence is much more concentrated. So for you to be at that point of no return before you did take a turn, it wasn't easy to change, because once you start to change, it's coming at you much quicker because it's right next door. Whereas on the streets you can move away, you can go. So how did that change happen?
It's hard, bro. Hey, so I ain't gonna lie. I salute anybody in prison that changed while in prison, because the the dynamics is all negative, bro. It's not designed. It's crazy. It's designed for that, but the people that live there got a different structure up in there. It's rehabilitation, so it's designed for that.
All right.
But inmates, convicts, they got a different walk in there, and you be shunned at some point if you're not marching to their beat, you know. So to change it, and you know, some people have it easier than others, you know, depending on how deep they are into their, you know, culture, right? But for me, it was hard because pride, ego, you know, things like that. But ultimately, it's like, bro, I just want it better, bro. At the end of the day, it's hard. It's hard because you're gonna have so many different elements pulling at you, bro. You're gonna have then your history, your past gonna be in the inside. It's gonna be, man. It's hard, but it can happen though. And
Right.
again, it depends on how bad you want it. I want to change bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Life just started flashing in front of my eyes. Like, damn, I'm in here 15 years later. Like, damn, bro, I ain't getting old. My parents getting older, bro.
Right.
She ain't looking the same. She ain't sounding the same, bro. That was like, bro, that made me like, bro, hold on.
Right.
Mature. Get it together, nigga, so you can see her before 9 days. And that was my, like, one of the biggest motivations right there.
And which character, going back to the movie, which character you feel like you can identify with the most?
I tried to answer this question in my head. All of them, really. But I'm going to say Danny. Because Danny was like the, so to speak, the main character. You know? And the only reason why I say Danny, because it's not exact. It's just similarities.
Right.
Because he was a competitor, bro. If you the beginning of the movie, he wanted to play. He was out there with Big Bro, like, bro. He was all like, I can't wait. He was, you know, juiced up. You feel me? And I used to want to play too. I used to want to be the best, but I just never could. You feel me? Until years later. But when I was a kid, again, the movie helped me in my childhood. When I was a kid, Danny, when he stepped to his brother. And when his daughter ran up in there at that little coffee shop and he stepped to his brother, at first he didn't even know nothing about it, but he like, you know what? I'm going to accept this challenge. I can always remember that. Like, bro, no matter what challenge, no big brother, better than I, no matter what it is, accept it, bro, because you're only going to get better.
Right.
If it's healthy, I'm going to promote that. Don't accept all challenges. If it's unhealthy, leave it alone. But the healthy challenge, if it's going to sharpen your skills, make you better in whatever field you're on, accept it, bro. It's no losses, it's lessons.
And Danny, he was a great representation of the overall life lessons in the movie. Even when they won, as much of a dirtbag his brother was to him his whole life, he still was like, you broke.
For sure.
I'm not going to put my name on a water tower. I'm going to put our names. Right. You know what I'm saying? The O'Shea brothers.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm not even going to take your little car lot thing. Like, you can have that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to need a second coach. You want to come on? Like, so he had that abundant mentality. He had that unification type mindset. Right. You know, he was thinking partnership while his brother was always thinking snatch and grab his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So by you picking that character, do you also identify with those elements? No, for sure, because I've never done nothing to one-up nobody or to seem grander or better than that. That's never been my approach. I just want to get in where I fit in. You feel me? Like Danny. You feel me? Big Bro, I don't think he wanted to do it, but it came natural. He was the guy. You feel me? So he used to one-up Lil Bro. You feel me? So, yeah, I can relate. Even after I beat people, I have sportsmanship. I come shaking. What's up? Good game. I'm one of them type of people. It's nothing like that. It's I love sports. It's a competitive nature. It's a part of the game. You feel me? So I can relate to him on that aspect too. Like, don't trip. I won, even though we made them best, but don't trip. You still better than you, Big Bro. You feel me? I ain't gonna do you like that though. But we're gonna join forces though. We're gonna do it how it's supposed to be from the whole time. You know, unification, brotherhood. All right. Yeah, that was a powerful conversation. And right now, let's not leave this out. What are you doing right? How long you been out of prison right now?
So I've been out a little bit over a year. Like, I'm gonna say like a year and a half, right?
Year and a half.
I'm gonna say closer to 2, right? And I got a lot of good things going on right now for myself. Like I said at the beginning, my name Giane Lollar, also known as Coach G. I'm the founder of Fatally Fit, which is a body development program. I help my clients transform their body through intense, vigorous exercise, and I also guide them through healthy habits. What you get when you get me, you get somebody that's going to get the job done, and the job ain't done until your results are met. You can reach me at Fatal Fit on Instagram, LLY_FIT, or my TikTok, Fatally Fit, the same thing. YouTube, same thing, Fatally Fit, or you can go to my Facebook, Giane Lollar. Like I say, if you hire me, you get results. Fatally Fit, Fatal Fitness program coming soon, and my merch dropping soon too. Oh, okay.
Before you even got here,
L7. Shout out to L7. L7 is doing great things. They doing God work, if you ask me. My boy Kev, he got L7. We got a office on Compton Boulevard. We helping children change their life. L7 is we pushing that it's okay to be a square, that you don't have to be a thug, you don't have to be a gang banger, you don't have to do none of that. You can still be loved and accepted. Just be true to yourself, and there's people out here that's gonna support you, and that's what we pushing. You know, today, like he said, I came from Ludus Park. We gave about 112 Christmas trees to the needy. Whoever came, that's who got one. It's a success. So shout out to L7. You know, nonprofit. I'm on the board. We doing major things.
And what can we expect in at least the next 3 months or so from you?
So I'm working, like I said, I'm working on plenty of things. So I intend on having my digital product dropping. I got a Fatal Fitness program coming, and I intend on I'm working on a book. That's not within the 3-year range, but it's coming soon too. I got 5 habits that'll have you healthier than 90% of society. It's coming soon. Stay tuned. It's a guide to help you and transform your life, from get you a bunch of healthy habits, and also guide you, you know, so you can be an outlier, you know, outlive your natural existence.
All right. Well, y'all heard it here, Giane Lollar, Fatally Fit. He came on the channel. I'm pretty sure he's going to come on for many more movies, but today he chose the movie Little Giants. We just broke it down to y'all, related it to his life, gave y'all not only the lessons embedded in his personal story, but the overall lessons embedded in the movie, which gave you a deeper truth, a more universal truth that you can apply to your life and cut it however it's custom to you, so that you can develop into a better person that's playing the game of life on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And once again, this shit is played from the neck up.
Brainwashed by the 6, but then with self-imposed limitations. Trying to hit this home run before we load the bases. Never had no patience. All my partners died young, and yet and still we emulated examples that they died from. We was on the hype hunt, call it learned behavior. Post your gun on Instagram, 100 on the cater. Chain with the savior, but you never love your neighbor.
Dude, I was dope, and it flowed easy.
Each other favors, taught us to treat our brother as a sucker or the ops. And you can't be gang if you don't put one in the box. Our example was destructive, last of a dying seed. How can the fruit grow healthy if it's a rotten tree? They brainwashed me and tainted my perception young. It's hard to have vision when you blind, deaf, and dumb.